morning. Good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Today is Monday, October 7th. We have CPI going in Wednesday. No news for Monday and Tuesday. So that's going to be something to keep an eye out for. As you guys know, for Mondays, there's no engaging. Usually, I'm going to just be skipping this day. And that's why we're going to be live tape reading today for NASDAQ and any other kind of assets that you guys are going to want me to do today. Alrighty, so ahead of this ICT Silver Bullet session here, we have the current new day opening gap, which is going to be this one, or the current new week opening gap in this case, since the week just opened. We have this bearish order block on the daily chart that we're currently interacting with. Let me see if we even have the 50 of it almost. Yeah, we could see it almost right there. And the another level is we have this old new day opening gap. And this was from last week. It was a tighter range, but it's still well within the means of where we are currently. And really, what I'm seeing currently so far for today is that we have a little bit of a consolidation here. So price hasn't been able to really escape this. We're sort of getting what happened here and here, and we're getting it today overall, where really price doesn't really know which direction it's trying to aim for. So ideally, I want to see us be out of this at least by CPI day, or at least close to one of these. So that way, once we go in for the CPI day, we're going to be a little more relaxed as we have a clear bias overall. But let's see the 5 minute. I'm going to see if we have anything else. Right now, we are currently below midnight open, if I'm not mistaken. Our midnight open is right here. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, so we're still below midnight open. So ideally, really the only thing I'm going to be looking for are longs. But of course, depending if we just continue to build up higher and higher and into we start to leave away the discount that we just formed, then really I won't be looking for anything else. Market maker buy model, consolidation, 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 that last push, and then we're going to come up taking out buy stops above all these highs of anyone here trying to sell. And I do like this draw up here. There's like equal highs up here. I could possibly see that as some sort of draw for price. Just clean this up a little bit. So let's see. Yeah. So I'm gonna mark. We're gonna have this level up here. This will be like our main buy side liquidity draw if we're looking to be bullish today below that midnight opening price. And I also want to see if we can also get into a premium for that 10 a.m. opening price as well. Sort of had a little bit of a trend line here as well. Interesting. And here on that 1 minute chart, yeah, again, I made a video about this earlier where on Mondays it's just gonna be like you can see already, even with the equities open, there's almost like no price action that looks clean. Like already we're just chopping around. We haven't been able to escape this chop. So, already you want to be very, very careful engaging in this price action. That's why I use these kind of days just to really sit back and simply tape read price because I'm not going to engage in something that's really not going to be favorable overall. But we still, like I said before, we have that main draw up here, that buy side liquidity that we talked about earlier. We also have these buy stops that are going to above these highs and these highs here. because again, it is we do have a market maker buy model. We're consolidating on the way down, so that's also something else to keep important. But let me see. Let me head over to DXY here. Let me see. All right, so I was just fixing a couple of settings here, but back to this. So on DXY here, on the daily chart, we're tapping into a daily bearish order block here, as we can see. I would want to see it at least if it wanted to get at least to that consequent encroachment. But again, it's fine if we stay in here because either way, we want to see NASDAQ go higher. So DXY, we want to see it head lower. We also have a breaker possibly with a low, high, lower, low, higher, high, with this being our bullish breaker right here. But this is still also could be a low resistance liquidity run to head lower. So it will depend as well. But really today, I'm only going to mark out this this daily bearish order block. And this will be my level of interest going in for the day forward, DXY mainly. And we also have the new day opening gap as well. Well, the current new day opening gap in this case is very small. In this case, or the new week opening gap, sorry, is really, really small. So that's also something else to note. And yeah, all like look at this, like we're below midnight open, but ideally I want to see it above midnight open. I like this range here, at least up here, that we can sell off. All this right here as well, low resistance liquidity environment. We're gonna have buy sell stops below all these lows here, so it'd be best if we can get below that. Let's see here. This is our new week opening gap. And ideally we want to see, like I said, we want to get below this low right here. There's going to be all those sell stops are going to be below these lows. So I want to see price manage to make its way below here. Equal lows as well here. But really the this right here is what makes it a lot easier. But again, it's still, we're already getting chopped. Like I said, look at this. And there's no news. Like I said, I think it was earlier. We don't have any kind of news so far today. So already, it's gonna be a lot of chop going in today so far. But really, that's all I'd be looking for. At least see if we can get down below here into that sell side liquidity. But that's really it. Dow looking a little, ooh, yeah, it's looking rough. We do have equal lows on Dow. That could be a problem if we're looking for higher prices on NASDAQ. Because really, I wanted to see if we're gonna really keep going up, take out all these buy stops, unless we can keep going up now, and then maybe for that macro, uh, possibly do some sort of retracement or of some sort. But these equal lows are not going to be good for. But these equal lows, yeah, they're not going to be good for ES. And for, yeah, NASDAQ and ES right now, they're not. Yeah, look at this right here. Oh, this is Euro. Hold on, let me put ES here real quick. Yeah, it's the same thing. Like a really, we're chopping our way up, but I still like these draws here that we could see price head towards. Is going to be my main draws going in for the day. That's really going to be it for that. See the daily real quick. What's that new day opening gap order block as well? Interesting. We also tapped into a bullish order block, but it's a mix. This is all mixed right here. So really fat consolidation in here. We also had one. We're getting a repeat here. Well, I mean, it was also to be expected because massive expansion, consolidation. It's either going to be, you know, some sort of reversal, retracement, or we continue expanding. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Let's see euro. Euro. We have these equal lows here as a possible. Let me see. Yeah, because we took buy stops above this high right here, and then we're heading lower. Possibly see this, maybe even this inefficiency right in here. We come into it and then come back up into this low resistance liquidity environment. But I don't really see anything else. It's also really this is also not looking good on this daily chart. You can see that we haven't broken below or above this range. Let me see. Let's look at yen. Let's see what yen's doing. Yeah, yen. We're in this bullish order block here because these two down close candles were engulfed by these two up close candles. Um, so I would want to see if either we're gonna head higher, fill in this imbalance here, or we're gonna head lower to this right here. Again, if I'm gonna be bearish on dollar, I ideally want to see us go up first. I like how we still left some gaps in here, and we also left a possible liquidity that's forming as well. So it might be interesting to see how we form that going into the day. But back to NQ here. Let's check out the 15-minute real quick just to see. Yeah. Yeah, this is really a lot of chop, so I'm not really looking at much. And if you guys mark out that 9:30 a.m. opening on your chart, you see how we're chopping around from it. Up, down, up, down. So that's again, that's not what you want to see. So here's the consolidation that we're watching since the morning. So again, there's nothing here. There's nothing here that is giving me like a sign that this is going to be clean. But again, I would still be mainly drawing towards that since we're below that minute opening price, we're building into a deep discount market maker buy model. I'm really going to be only looking for, like I said, I'm going to be looking for longs, trying to see if we can get above there. If we are going to be going lower, then of course, you know, see if we can get back into the this new day opening gap down here, and possibly take out some sell stops below there. But it's pretty much just going to be sitting tight and seeing how we develop going into the 10 a.m. session. All right, so we're building even more of a discount here, getting below these equal lows down here. I like how we're leaving buy stops here. All this liquidity here, notice we're not taking any highs before going any lower. I like how we're seeing that put for at least to potentially go even higher as well. If we can even possibly get down here. That would honestly be even better. As really, again, we're just going to be seeing more of a premium keep or more of a discount, excuse me, being built in for price, and that's what you want to see. So, alrighty. So again, we're still leaving buy side liquidity without being taken. That's what I like to see, especially. So I want to see how we react. If we can go even a little lower, going to that 10 a.m. session is going to give me a bit more confidence if we want to keep seeking higher prices. Let's take a look at dollar just real quick to see where we're at. Yeah, we're still chopping around. Dollar, look, we got some buy side right up here. This could be a little bit of a problem if we want to see NASDAQ head any higher. We have a little bit of this little trend line forming, but again, I'm still very mixed on DXY. Still nothing super clear as of yet. So I'd probably say we have to be very careful with either or. But we already took out these equal lows here. We have another set down here that I'm seeing if we might want to take, which I honestly would say it'll be better if we take those ahead of that 10 a.m. so that we have that deeper discount. Well, let's see. We're about to get to that 10 a.m. opening price just now. All right, so we have the 10 a.m. opening price. We're gonna mark that out here so we can get that power of 3. Again, I want to see us trade lower, building in a bit more of a discount ahead of, let's say, even the 10-10 macro close, because we are still in that macro from that 950 to 10-10. Still a lot of consolidation in here, but I still want to see us head just a little bit lower, maybe taking out these lows so we can head up higher. But again, we'll have to wait and see here. And a possible breaker with a low, high, lower low. If we get a higher high here as well, I might mark this as a breaker, but we're just going to sit back and just watch price to see what we get. So we're already starting to see price trade up here. Looks like we might not get this. Again, I'm still going to be watching this last up close candle here to see if this will be a possible breaker with a low, high, lower, low. If we get above this high up here, then I might mark it. So what I'm actually going to do is, let me see, put this up here, and then I'm going to put here. So I'm going to be looking for that solid close above. That will really determine for me if we can get that breaker. Tapped into consequent encroachment of it already. So we didn't get that solid close above. We did leave some sort of equal highs up here. So I'm going to be watching that right now, seeing how this begins to look going in forward. Let's see. But again, being also the macro, this could also just be a run. So I'm still going to be wary of how we're developing here overall in this breaker. But I also have these buy stops up here. Like I said, there's going to be above at least here and here. We're going to have two types of buy stops. So it's going to be interesting seeing how we can get above there. I'm going to actually mark this as a little darker gray, so it blends in a little better. If we get a close below this breaker here, I'm going to remove it. And I'm going to probably see if price wants to get back below into these lows here inside this macro. As again, we also didn't get a deep discount below that 10 a.m. opening price. And yeah, from the looks of it here, this looks like it's going to possibly fail. No solid close as well above this high here. So this was obviously indicative that this was also not going to hold up. So I'm going to remove this. I'm still going to keep these equal highs here, as I'm still going to be bullish on NASDAQ. But again, it's just a lot of chop. And then we also have, like I said, we still got these buy stops. I'm still going to be looking for them throughout the rest of this day. But So far, I don't have a super clear bias as we're still sort of in this consolidation right now. So we're beginning to see price start to draw towards those equal highs. We also remember we still have the buy side liquidity that we talked about earlier. The macro did close, so now it's going to be interesting to see if we get some sort of displacement or volume, above these highs up here, as well above this high right up here as well. So really, it's just again being patient and waiting. We're also still pretty far away from the new week and new day opening gaps as well. This was that previous new day opening gap that I talked about. That if we look on the daily chart here real quick, which was this one that we talked about inside that bearish order block, of course, on that daily chart. So still gonna be interesting. We just took these equal highs up here, possibly getting away from this consolidation. Still don't know just yet. I don't like this candle, how it's already starting to do that. A little bit of a rising three pattern with 1, 2, 3. Possible rising three pattern here. So I'm going to have to be very careful going into this. But this was the main draw that I had earlier. We have a possible fair value gap here once this finishes. I don't want to, if we actually are bullish, I wouldn't want to see this get traded to. But again, I don't like how we have this rising three pattern and we don't have any kind of solid closes. This is a lot of wicks. So it's a lot of damage being done here overall. But again, I still want to see this stay open as a breakaway gap. Um, and something else to notice, again, we also didn't take a deep discount below that 10 a.m. opening price, which could be a little bit of a problem for price. But we're just going to keep watching this, keep reading that tape. This is honestly going to be, this is a larger consolidation in this case. I'd probably put it from here to here, and we're going to see how price develops. All right, so we just took this high. We still got the buy side. We're going to keep watching. I'm going to take away this. This stayed open as our breakaway gap here, so I'm going to draw that out. So this is the breakaway gap. This we're going to remove since, we technically really price was not going to get down there as we wanted it, but that's fine. We also have, I noticed as well, this is an inverted order block, which we undid right there before heading higher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this as a plus, and we're going to draw that out. We see how price taps into it perfectly right there. We just took buy stops above here. I'm going to remove this since we already know. All right, so we just tagged the first buy stops that we were looking for. This was that main target that we had. I would probably say if I were in around here in this order block with this down close candle and these being up, maybe entering there, or on this bullish order block here, this inverted order block, I would probably trail it and then have it just as a runner to see if we can get back above to these equal highs up here in that new week opening gap. But again, I'm probably not going to expect much going in, of course, being it, Monday with also no news, which is also a problem. So it's just going to be really taking it with a grain of salt. I'm gonna be watching the 50% of this wick here to see if it drives price any higher. So wicks can be gaps as well. ICT talks about this, so I'm gonna be watching this wick to see if we also get sent higher here. All right. Hey, Dark Lord, I appreciate that, man. So again, we're still watching that consequent encroachment like I talked about. Right in here, if you look at the wick of this candle, we're gonna see if that wants to send price higher. We already took buy stops, so expectations, keep a minimal. With that runner being left to see if we can get to that midnight opening price. Still got that breakaway gap. We have this order block that I don't want to see get traded to. I want to treat that also as like let's call it a breakaway order block in this case. See if we can not trade back into that. If we do, that's fine. I'd want to see it support price, seeking higher prices. But if not, really at that 10:30 a.m. because we also have the mid hour as well. Right here at that mid hour, we're going to see some price action, some volatility going in as well. But I want to see this wick hold price for the day so far. Trading into the 50 of this candle here. See the wick right here? Look at how price is reacting from it again. We don't want to see this order block get traded to. That's gonna again, we're trying to be indicative of bullish price action, so I really don't want to see that lower order block get traded to. All right, so again, I like this reaction. Look at these three wicks, how the bodies weren't able to get below there to close. So now again, we want to see some speed above this high here, taking out that. And our new target is going to be those highs that we talked about earlier as well. So it looks like price is starting to dry up a little bit ahead of this 10:30 mid-hour session. We do have again another set of equal highs here. I don't want to see us get below this. Of course, we can get to this order block here, that's fine, but looks like we're starting to sort of consolidate here. If you guys see in this range entirely, we haven't been able to really escape it just yet. So again, it's going to be, we have to see if price wants to exit this consolidation, respect this order block here, which from the looks of it, we should be able to. And my final terminus is going to be those equal highs up there in the new week opening gap. So I'm going to be watching that, see how we develop ahead of that 10:30 session. Small volume imbalance with this order block here. right in this right here. This is that order block that I was talking about, that other one as well. Draw that out as well. It looks like my drawings aren't working properly. I'm gonna have to fix that a little later. But again, there's that volume imbalance. Here's that order block. We want to see that hold up price. Now they pop up. Let's see if we can use them here. We just hit 10:30. That's that mid-hour session. Another order block here. We want to see that support price higher. Still looking for that main target near the new week opening gap. Want to see that order block act as support as well. So it looks like we're forming a main high up here because you have a lower high here, and then a higher high, and then a lower high. So we have this little three pattern here, which again I don't like to see if we were looking to see price head higher. We only have about almost 20 minutes left remaining in the ICT Silver Bullet session, so I want to see if these two order blocks will hold. But I would probably say it would be invalidated to see if price would want to get below below these two order blocks as well as this swing low. So I also marked the final hour macro there for this ICT Silver Bullet. So oh, so it looks like I want to see again. I still want to see this stay supported. I don't want to see price get below really any of that, especially this low here. So we're gonna have to be careful watching that. So can close below here. We still want to look to be bearish. It can take it in the form of a manipulation leg, but we do not want to see we want to see this order block hold right in here, and we don't want to see price go below it. Oh, yeah, it looks like we're going below it. Without a close, that's it. It could be in the form of a manipulation leg, but we don't want to see a solid close. We have this order block here as well. So we take liquidity ahead of the macro because I remember also 1040 is a possible. I forgot what ICT talked about 1040s as well. But this area is still going to be of high interest to me. We take liquidity here just before going up higher, possibly once more. But again, I like how it didn't close below. We're going to see how the next 10 minutes form here in this price action. And if we do close below this, then pretty much this long, pretty much idea is pretty much finished. We're going to stop right around here. That was that main target for the day. So if you guys see my stream's a little laggy, I'm sorry. I'm still fixing up a couple settings for the next stream on next Monday. I'm gonna have it a little nicer. If you guys see it go in and out, but again, going into this, so I like how the reaction we had from this bullish order block. We have one right here. I want to see that respect price to send it higher. If not, like I said before, we're just gonna possibly be in the descent mode going in from here and ahead of that macro because we still have that 1050 to 1110 macro to close that session. But I'm still looking to see price go higher. Yeah, so this is also something interesting where both NASDAQ and DXY went up. Usually you want to see them moving in opposite directions, but I think I talked about this. I think it was about 2 videos ago where on days like these, either it's a Monday or a Friday or there's no news, you might see some kind of confluence rather than divergence between the assets. So that's something else to keep a close eye on. But it looks like we're getting that solid close below ahead of the macro. So this will probably be the end of this. Um, I'm probably gonna drop the market review earlier, a little bit later today, but that was really it. There was no gaps or anything in here as well. I usually, like I said before, I wanted to see us take a bigger discount below that 10 opening price to see if we can go higher. It looks like we didn't get it, which is fine, but we still were able to take out the first or second partial main buy side liquidity target. No final terminus, but again, that was fine. It's to be expected since it is Monday, so I'm not really gonna be super surprised there. But stay tuned, guys, for the market review. That was today's Monday live tape reading stream, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Peace.